Hey, thanks for checking out Vinyl and Hops, your weekly craft beer and vinyl discussion. New episodes available every Monday. Check it out. We've got some beer, we've got some music. Let's talk about both. Let's have a good time. Let's dive right in. What are we drinking?
So because we have some loyal Louisiana listeners and followers, I decided I'd give a Louisiana beer a go around.
All right.
So we've got the Abita Big Easy IPA, which I'm glad that it's only 4.5%. So it's like a session IPA level. I'm very glad they're not calling it a session IPA. I've never been a fan of the term session beer.
I don't know what else you'd call it though.
That's exactly what it is. It's a session IPA. But
Right.
I don't need, because the term session IPA makes me not want to buy it. So that's just being called the Big Easy IPA.
Big flavor, easy drinking.
Which it is both.
It's ale brewed with lemon peels.
Yep. Lemon peels and dry hop with Cascade, Amarillo, Centennial, and Simcoe.
It's definitely an IPA. There's something a little different on the back end.
That might be the lemon.
Maybe.
A little extra boost of citrus.
It's could be. Maybe it's the type of hops. I'm not sure. There's just a
Or
little
hops.
something on the back end that tastes a little different from other IPAs. Not bad, just different.
They may have done extra dry hopping too, because a lot of times
that could be.
IPAs is just added during the boil, and so you get the bitterness, but it's not slightly different flavor to it. So maybe the dry hopping is what you're tasting.
I'm kind of on the fence about Abita. You hear things and that, a lot of craft brew fans don't really like them. I do like Purple Haze. They used to have a strawberry beer that before I knew any better, was really into. But
They're not owned by a big brewery, right?
I don't know.
They're still independent, I hope. As far as I know, they are.
Yeah.
If they're no longer an independent brewery, I'm sorry, Vinyl Hops fans. It was an ignorant mistake on my part. We'll go out of my way to not buy beers owned by companies such as AB InBev and Miller Coors.
Yeah.
We don't-
It's not bad. It's definitely easy drinking. Probably just go with isn't there, what makes the all day IPA? I feel like that's
Founders?
a good one. St. Arnold Pub Crawl IPA is really good. So sweet car alarms. So I don't know. I don't know that I would pick this one up over some of the others. I also do like a session IPA in a can for some reason. Like that's like when I think all day IPA, like I'm just gonna pound some IPAs or drink quite a few, and I kind of want to bring down the alcohol content. It just reminds me of maybe a summer day, and I really like a can of beer over a bottle on a summer day. I don't know why.
I usually associate with I'm going to be doing things. I don't necessarily want to bottle when I'm doing things.
That's true.
Then I could break it, and then you've got people getting injured and cut, and cans are just safer.
That's true. So that's not bad. I would recommend checking it out if you like IPAs and you like something with a little less alcohol content, and you have access to Abita. So
It was also on sale this weekend at
That's a good
HEB,
price.
so yeah, it was like under $7.50 for the 6-pack. So
I paid almost $15 for a 6-pack of Raspberry AF. So
wow.
yeah, from HEB.
That's,
I think it was like $14.50 or something like that. So still not as much as I paid at the beer festival, but fairly close. Let's dive into some records, shall we? This one just came out. Pre-ordered it and actually just picked it up not an hour ago because my apartment complex fails to tell me when items have been delivered. This is the new Land of Talk record, Life After Youth. I have been waiting for this record ever since Cloak and Cipher came out in 2010. I had the privilege of seeing Land of Talk in Dallas. That was, I think, as far south as they're allowed to come from Canada. So, yeah, and I knew they weren't, they rarely toured, at least this far south, and I just had to make the trek. And oh my God, what a great show it was. one of my favorites actually. But Land of Talk is, you know, I'm primarily a metal fan, but I just love this band. It's a, you know, kind of indie rock. Liz Powell, the chief songwriter, guitarist, vocalist, is just a genius. And when I thought she'd hung everything up a few years ago, when I saw musical equipment of hers for sale on eBay, I was really getting concerned. I understood she had some frustrations with the music industry, you know, big deal, you know, not big deal, but I mean, everyone does, especially artists that aren't making millions of dollars. You know, it really hurts, you know, smaller artists. So you really need to support the artists that you love, you know, because they're not doing this for fun and they need to make money and live. So pick this up from Saddle Creek Records. They are an awesome label, and they have some good stuff available at their store, so go ahead and check them out as well. But this is the new record. I wasn't sure what to think about it, but it's Land of Talk. It's undeniably Land of Talk. Favorite songs so far on this album, the first one, Yes You Were, which just reminds me of just the Land of Talk you grew to love on Summer Lakes and Cloak and Cipher, maybe even the one before that. Inner Lover, which I think was the first single that was released a couple months ago. Those are my two favorites right now. I've maybe given this 3 full listens so far. But man, it's just great. Her voice is great. Guitar playing's great. Vocals are great. Hard Day, I can't tell you. I really can't tell you one thing bad about it because I love this band. So if you're looking to, there are still decent indie rock acts out there, and this is one of them. And they're Canadian, which usually I withhold against them, but I won't this time because just sweet, sweet music from Earholes. So please go buy this record, like physically. Like, you don't need to buy the vinyl, you know, you don't need to buy the record, but if you're watching this, I feel like you should because it's Vinyl and Hops. By the MP3, just support this artist. I mean, she's just so talented, and I want her to continue making music forever and ever. And yeah, all her stuff's on Spotify, so go check it out and then go purchase it, please and thank you. And that's it for me. What do you got?
I'm gonna keep the indie train rolling.
All right, indie episode with my Skeleton Witch shirt.
I picked this up randomly. We went to Wax Taps right after they opened. I'd never heard of this band, never listened to them at all. I just picked it up because I liked the album cover and the name of the album. And it's Look Mexico, Real American Spirit. Not spirit, like American spirit, like American spear things.
Spirit.
Yes.
If I look outside my window, I can see Mexico.
It's true. That's true from all of Texas.
Yep. I learned that from Sarah Palin.
It's true. But they are an indie. It says indie emo math rock kind of hybrid from Tallahassee, Florida. Interestingly enough.
Never been there.
Tallahassee. I've driven through it a few times. So it's folds out. You got the lyrics on the inside. You got the astronauts and everything. It's on a nice bright blue vinyl.
I like that.
Yeah. It's just an EP they put out, so there's only 5 songs on it. As I was reading through the song titles on this, debating whether or not I was going to buy it, I mean, it was only like $8, so of course I bought it. But a lot of the song titles sounded familiar for some reason, and I couldn't quite figure it out. Such things as You Hungry? Good, because you're saying grace, is the first song on this album, and it's actually also, if I remember correctly, from the first Fast and Furious movie where I think Vin Diesel says it to Paul Walker's character.
I've seen that one. I've seen the first one.
So every song title on this is some Vin Diesel quote from Fast and Furious, such as Arrest, I don't feel like I'm under arrest. Running Ain't Freedom, you should know that.
Oddly enough, I have started a Look Mexico cover band called Look Russia. And all of our song titles are Vin Diesel quotes from
Triple X.
I was seeing like Daddy Daycare, one of those type of movies. Like
he was in Daddy Daycare.
See, they're all quotes from Daddy Daycare. He was not in Daddy Daycare. He was in the pacifier. I'm horrible at movies. Let's stick to vinyl and beer. Back to the episode. Or a hit. Look for us on Spotify. Just kidding, don't.
It doesn't actually.
Don't even type Russia on your browser, probably. It's probably a bad idea.
But if somebody does want to take that idea and make parodies,
You can have it. You don't even need to give me credit.
You can just send us a vinyl. We'll cover it on one of these episodes. But yeah, this was the first thing I ever listened to from this band. It's very solid indie math rock emo sound. I mean, it's good, easy listening.
Did you compare them to anyone?
Oh, off the top of my head, just kind of.
Oh no!
Off the top of my head, I mean, it's if you can think of an indie math rock band that's going to be kind of in that same vein. There's not really anything terribly distinguishable about them, but it is very good music and definitely stands out to me. I mean, it's probably more math rock than indie, but it's good music, and you can apparently find their vinyls for pretty cheap in the bargain bins. And yeah, Look Mexico.
Awesome. I will say that the Atlanta Talk album that I purchased is standard black vinyl. It does come with a digital download, and let me tell you, if you are releasing records from your label and you're not including a digital download, shame on you. Because I still want to listen to the album in my car, and if it's on Spotify, that's great, I'll just listen to it on there, but not everyone's paying for Spotify, so to include a digital download, I think is awesome, and everyone should do that. So,
It's definitely an extra benefit that I enjoy.
yep. All right, that's it. We've talked some indie releases this week, and we'll have some more for you next week, and some more beers. Be sure to check out the podcast if you want to listen to us more, which I'm sure you do. Full hour every Monday morning, delivered right to you if you subscribe on iTunes or Stitcher or Google Play or any of those. And got some good stuff coming up. Got some more interviews, remote stuff. It's going to be good. Over 110 episodes for your enjoyment. So check that one out. We'll see you next week. Peace.